she looked me in the eye and I looked at her and she was like, everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out better than you can expect it. And you just have to believe that. You just have to believe it. Hi everyone, it's Chloe. Hello guys. It's a beautiful day outside. It's literally like super cold in Miami right now. I just wanted to make a cute little video, just talking and just giving myself time to process things. So I've been having like a really bad headache for a week, just really annoying. So I went to urgent care today, and while I was describing my symptoms, I started crying, and I was like, damn it, like I know why this is happening, and it's just because of all the pressure I put on myself. And it's weird because it's so unconscious. And I talked to my mom and she's like, like you don't have a reason to be stressed. You have a job, you're smart, you're living well. And it's true, and I'm very grateful for where I am. But it feels like, and I don't know if it's because I'm ambitious, but it just feels like there's, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And I think that is also clear to me. Like, it's like, I feel like both could be true. Like, you don't have to be so stressed out, but it's also okay to know that you're meant for more, or that you desire more. And I think that's okay. But so that's why I kind of wanted to come out here and make a video, just because I'm like, damn, like I really let so many things stop me and hold me back. Like if you want more, go create it, and that there's nothing stopping me except my mind, and I have everything I need to be the person I want to be. So that's why I'm coming out here and making this video. We have my journal. Yesterday was such like a realization day. I was watching this video, and it was about this guy and like how he got into a Netflix show, and I was just like, let me just watch it because I like to show. Oh my god, I feel out of breath. Okay, but in it he talked about the artist way, and I was like, damn it, like of course he did the artist way, because that book changes people's lives, like literally. And then I was like, oh, I felt good, like I felt like fired up, and I was like, oh my god, I need to find another video like this. So I just searched up follow your dreams, and this other video popped up and I watched it, and she talks about her life and how she followed her dream for a year, and then she's like, and then I opened the artist way, and I was like, boom. And yeah, so I was like, okay Chloe, like pause the video, go outside, do your morning pages. I started writing, and I don't know how big your notebook needs to be, but I usually used to use a small notebook, but that day I used a big notebook, and like literally it just felt like so fluid and just so raw. And when I got to the end, I was like, wow, like this feels like my inner voice, like my true inner voice. Like it's not overly like dreamy, like anything could happen, chase your dreams, but it's not like anxious and like pessimistic. It was just grounded. It felt like centered, and like that is my inner voice. Yeah, it just really sparked a lot of realization in my mind, and really reaffirmed to me the importance of the morning pages. But now I'm like, wow, like this is literally tuning me in with my true voice, my inner voice. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. My doctor, she asked me like, is there anything like going on? And I was like, yeah, just like typical, like I'm 22 years old, like typical stuff, like I don't have it figured out, and just that pressure. And I just explained to her, and she looked me in the eye, and I looked at her, and she was like, everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out better than you can expect it. And you just have to believe that. Like, you just have to believe it. And when she said that, I was like, damn, like, is this God? Is this God, or do I do we just live in a world where like angels exist everywhere? And I was like, yeah. Like when I looked in her eyes, it was like my soul locked in. It was like, yeah, it's all gonna work out. You just have to believe it. And belief is so powerful. And the power of our minds too is really, really crazy. And this is also something I was talking about yesterday, because I was thinking about the Artist's Way and about Doechie's like experience with it. And she also has this song called God, and she's talking about like when you place limits on yourself, you're placing limits on God, and that God has an abundance of opportunities, money, jobs. And it's like, yeah, like I'm looking at my future with fear and like with so much scarcity at the uncertainty, when in reality, like God has so many opportunities waiting for you once you tune yourself and you believe it. And it's like a door, you know, when that door is closed, before you open it, it can be anything on the other side, and you have to tune into the reality, then you open the door. It's kind of like a dream, if you have ever lucid dreamed before. I think reality is really like a dream. Like literally everything that happens to me, I'm like, especially when it's like really synchronistic and weird, I'm like, what's the significance in it? I'll tell you guys this little story. I want to find the sunlight though. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the story that happened a couple days ago. I was outside and I was journaling, and I was like, I feel like I'm in the wrong reality. Like I feel like there's another timeline. Like I'm aware of two different realities or multiple realities, and I can maybe not see it, but I have a feeling like there's another reality that's like a higher timeline where I'm just happier, where I'm just living in my purpose, a higher calling. And that was such a crazy feeling for me, like to feel that I'm in the wrong reality. And I was like, okay, Chloe, like I know I'm not supposed to be at that job anymore. You know, when I originally got it, it was temporary because I was freaking out after I lost my first job that I manifested out of college, which was like literally my dream job. Like everything I wanted, exactly what I wanted to be doing. And I was just given that job, and it was like so awesome. But it ended up just like kind of falling apart and I guess disintegrating. And that's a whole nother story. But I think it was really beautiful, and I'm really grateful for that time. And my friend told me, she was like, you know, maybe even though it didn't work out, it showed you what you are capable of creating and the opportunities that exist. Because, you know, when I was manifesting that, I did not put limitations on what was possible. And literally the most amazing thing happened. So anyways, I got this new job because I was like kind of freaking out, because I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, and I was also just really depressed. Like I knew I needed to do something, and I wanted it to be temporary, but you just get comfortable. And so yeah, this day, me journaling, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? And I was like, whatever, Chloe, like lock in, like you're going to work soon, like just lock in. And that whole day I was kind of just a little bit more spaced out, and every time that my name was said, it was also making me dissociate when they would say my name. And at the end of the day, I was like almost like about to cry, because I was just like, oh my god, like I haven't felt this feeling in like so long. And my manager talks to me, and she never really like gives me feedback like this, but she was like, yeah, the parents have been really underwhelmed with your performance. I think I'm a really unique type of person and personality, and also I'm like literally like in a whole nother dimension, so it's hard for me sometimes to like, and also I'm a very like chill and relaxed person, so me giving my 100% in class, like if they want me to give any anymore else. Like, I think I would literally burn out. And I'm not trying to like push myself so hard for a job that honestly, like, yeah, they care about you, but like, do they really care about you? Like, do they really care about you? You know, and I did that last time. I've been working with this company for a while, like kind of on and off. But the last time I originally worked with them, I felt like nearing the end, I had no more. I had no more left because I had pushed myself so hard to be someone I'm not. But she was like, yeah, like, it feels like you're hiding on the mat, like, and you're like lost. Like, you know, no one really knows where you are. And I was like kind of confused at that feedback. Honestly, it did hurt my ego because I'm like, I feel like I just give so much. So I thought that was weird. So that puts like a little like flag in my brain. So after work, I'm just reflecting on everything, like on my drive home. And then when I get home, I think about what she says. I'm like, you're hiding, you feel lost. Kind of like I'm analyzing it like as if it's a dream. And it's like, am I hiding? Am I lost? It's like, imagine like somewhere in my psyche, like, is trying to tell me that, like, you're hiding. It's like you're lost. You know, I'm getting lost. And that's how I was feeling. Like, I feel like I was in this waiting room and I got so comfortable that I forgot that, like, there's actually a whole game that I could be playing, but I'm here in this waiting room, in these mini games, in this stuff that doesn't really matter, in this loop that's not nourishing me, nurturing me. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I think these like health concern, job, what would you even call that? Job problem are indicating a greater shift that needs to be happening in my life. Yeah. But either way, I'm glad that I have this awareness and this perspective, and also just taking it kind of easy on myself, but knowing that things need to change. So yeah, definitely I feel like art has just been a huge outlet for me. Like, when I'm creating, I get so like in the zone, and it's such a beautiful experience, and I love what I'm working on right now, but it just takes time and also just like breaks as well. But yeah, I just have to keep believing that there is a higher plan for me, and trust, and like also taking the time to raise my consciousness to allow that in and receive the actions that I need to be taking. Thank you guys so much for watching.